on, Kyle.
It was just... I apologize, everybody. It's a good thing we can cut stuff out for the video, for the on the go, which I'm going to cut out. But guys, welcome to the WrestleMania predictions right here on the Holds Barred Network and on the next podcast. I'm your host, as always, self-proclaimed Kyle Masters. I feel like I've done this twice already, and I have. But I'm joined by Tiffany and Michael Chow right above me again. Guys, how's it going? I'm sorry I just blinded everyone with my blinding blue light of my microphone. I'm a mess, okay? You know, traveling on the road. I'm on the road to WrestleMania right now. I'm currently in Buffalo. I'm heading up to see Tiff tomorrow morning, flying out. It's been a mess traveling and getting ready and getting here and setting up in here. And this, I never knew how hard it would be to set up in a hotel apartment or hotel room. So bear with me as the show goes on, folks. Well, welcome to WrestleMania predictions. We're going to go through the whole card, give our thoughts and predictions on each match. Sorry, I'll be holding my microphone the whole time because my stand kind of broke already. So it's just, Tiffany, I don't think it's a good idea. Like it's not good. It's not a good sign.
What to tell you?
Anyways, now you guys can say hi because now they can hear you.
Okay, well, hi. But we will be, because they're talking about it in the chat, we will be doing the kayfabe drinking game on Sunday.
Oh, boy. I don't have the poster right here, but, oh, God. It's going to be a lot of drinking Sunday. Let's just say that. I mean, we have right here for the prediction show today, 15 confirmed matches.
That's a lot of wrestling.
So far.
Oh, man.
So far.
So far.
So far.
So we got time, baby.
So far. So, ladies and gentlemen, basically, before we go on any further, we do have to make an announcement. And it's somewhat of an unfortunate announcement, but when one door closes, another one opens. So I will let Michael take it over for right now.
All right, guys. So I wanted this to be a big announcement, and I won't sugarcoat it for you any longer. I will be headed straight to AEW. No holds barred. Fuck you. I'm out of here. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm kidding. But no. All seriously, guys, I decided that next week's episode, the WrestleMania review, will be my last episode. I'm actually departing No Holds Barred Network. It wasn't an easy decision, but I decided that I'm going to go solo on my own brand. And, yeah, you guys will see me once in a while on No Holds Barred Network. And I want to give a huge thank you to, of course, Kyle. Give a big shout out to Cappy because, you know, I've been listening to these guys for a long time. I've been listening, honestly, probably like 4 years. And not to sound incredibly cheesy, but you guys are seriously like my favorite podcast. And it's like a dream come true when your podcast asks you to be part of the show. And it was a great run. But this is something I decided a while ago. I even told Kyle a while ago because I wanted to give him the respect of being able to find a new co-host. But this was planned for a while. The WrestleMania review will be my last episode, so guys, make sure so it'll be my last. And that's it, guys. Thank you. I'm out of here, but stay tuned. I'm off to new things, and I got YouTube, Twitch, and cast. So those of you who are fans of my old podcast, it's coming back, and I'll regularly guest host on this show. So this won't be the last, and that's it. I've said too much. I don't want this to be I don't want this to be a long WrestleMania thing. So that's it. Guys, thank you, and that's it.
Well, it's like, you know, there was a clause in the contract.
Clause in the contract. Kyle's pulling a Vince McMahon. He's automatically renewing my contract. I'll be back. Why would I not be surprised? So there you go.
That's okay. Michael, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for your YouTube channel that you're gonna start up, man. I'm all power to you. I'm still gonna promote you like that. Guys, I'll leave you a link down below right now of his new Twitter account. You guys can follow that he just created, so you guys can follow his new Twitter account. Anyways, it's not a downer. I mean, WrestleMania could be a downer. We'll never know. But this is the prediction show. We can predict and give our thoughts on matches. So we'll jump right into it, not beat around the bush, guys. Again, like I said, 15 for now confirmed matches for WrestleMania.
So excited!
15 confirmed matches, and that's just the pre-show. When you get to the real card, you know what I mean?
It's just like gonna go on to like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. I don't know. It's starting tomorrow, like at 10 a.m.
Why do you keep saying WrestleMania is starting tomorrow? It's not.
Yeah, it is, because
This is
WrestleMania is
fake
a
news.
week-long event, bro.
This is fake
It's
news.
the longest WrestleMania ever. It's starting tomorrow.
Until next year.
Awful. Anyway,
Well,
so
it is technically starting tomorrow. Kyle, did you hear, sorry to cut you off, that the Worlds Collide tournament is coming back?
oh yeah, that's right. They're doing like 4 weeks worth of tapings.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so
oh,
guys,
that's awkward.
Raw's taking on SmackDown. SmackDown's taking on 205 Live. 205 Live is taking on NXT. NXT is taking on NXT UK. There you go.
I hope there's no one
Everyone who couldn't make it on the
involved.
card.
I hope there's no one involved in this that has implications in a takeover or WrestleMania match, because then how would they tape it, right?
Mhm.
Like how would they have, like, they could spoil it potentially. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's a weird kind of taping they're doing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, let's just jump into the pre-show and get the pre-show out of the way. First pre-show announced match we'll go with is Buddy Murphy. I guess Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese aren't in the main card, sadly. They're on the pre-show Cruiserweight Championship. Which, right there, we can just talk about that off the bat. I think they deserve better. Especially like a guy like Tony Nese. This is his hometown of New York City. You think that with a guy that's from New York City, they would have done something better and made him maybe give him the main card slot, maybe like the first match of the night or even the second match of the night, or maybe a cool down match between, title match between the main event and whatever match goes before that. This could have been a cool down match, but the fact that they're getting pre-show slot time, and we don't know exactly even where. This could be the first match of the pre-show where there's only like a core of the people in the arena. This could be the second one where there's still a little bit more. It could be the third one where we get the majority, but people are still filing in, right? Not a lot of people are paying that much attention. They make the pre-show bigger than it actually is. Like, I've seen people make jokes about it, and I've poked fun at it here. The pre-show of pre-shows is WrestleMania. Like, if you're always on the pre-show, you live up for this pre-show moment at WrestleMania. It's a shame that the pre-show isn't as good as it should be. I mean, do you think they even did need a pre-show? Like, let's just go around this before we go around the pre-show matches. Do you think WWE needs pre-show matches?
No.
Or do you think they should be just like they used to do, just promos and interviews?
Yeah, it should just be promos and interviews, because sometimes a lot of people, especially when they're at the stadiums and stuff, or even like here in New York with what was it, SummerSlam, that one that I went to, that the arena was empty because people are trying to get into the stadium, so you don't get to see these matches. Or like if the doors open at 5 and you're having the pre-show going on, but then, people are getting food, going to the bathroom and stuff like that. So I feel it takes away from watching these matches.
Right. Michael, what do you think?
I think they do need a pre-show because they can only fit so much on the main card, and this is kind of like, if they don't do this, then it's a straight up hour of their cringe panel, and I guess they want something for fans to tune into, because I know I do not tune in for the pre-show cringe panel. Do I want to listen to Sam Roberts talk like an idiot? No. I only tune in for the pre-show, for the matches, and for hot Charlie Caruso. That's it, pretty much.
Okay. So for this pre-show match in particular, we got Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy's held on to this title for long. He must be now at least the longest Cruiserweight champion ever, I'd have to think. Well, when he won this title, he won it back at Super Showdown, correct? So, I mean, it's not that long. It just feels like it's been a long time. But is this going to be the spot for him to drop the title to Tony Nese? I did pick Tony Nese in our How to Book WrestleMania. Me and Michael did. It's live on the channel, guys. If you want to see how me and Michael would actually book WrestleMania's card, go check it out. It's an awesome and good thing to watch. Gets you into our creative minds and how we would do a WrestleMania. I think we did an ultra job at booking WrestleMania. I would love to watch our WrestleManias that we booked, Michael, but Unfortunately, that's not a thing. But for me, I'm probably going to go with Buddy Murphy. I don't watch 205 Live, so I can't really judge too much on this. So just to me, I can't see them dropping the title off a guy with Buddy Murphy unless they had full plans on bringing Buddy Murphy up to the main roster, which is weird saying from 205 Live, but up to Raw or SmackDown, which, I mean, it could coincide with the shakeup coming up. So for some reason, my gut's telling me to stick with Buddy Murphy, so I'm sticking with Buddy Murphy. So we'll go over to Tiff.
Yeah, I think I like Tony Nese. I've seen him here in Long Island. I think it was not the SWA indie show, the NYWC shows. But I don't think he's big enough yet to take down Buddy. So I am going Murphy.
Okay. Michael?
Well, I guess I have to give the corporate answer here. I'm actually going for
I love him, Michael. I love him, Michael.
Six reasons why Tony Nese is going to win. I'm kidding. But yeah, you know, it's I being close to his hometown. Wait, is New Jersey in New York, Tiff?
What?
Is New Jersey in New York?
No.
No, okay. Well, because wait, WrestleMania's isn't it in New Jersey? The New Jersey part?
Technically, they call it.
Yeah,
they
so
say
it's
New York though.
Yeah, so
It's never gonna. It's never. Every time it's at MetLife, it's never gonna be WrestleMania, New Jersey. It'll never be.
There's nowhere to have a football stadium here in New York, so they put it in Jersey. It's just whatever. Like
they'll build
to drive to Jersey.
Hey, if they could have didn't they have like a WWE event in a mall one time? If they could do it in a mall, they can build something around the Statue of Liberty. Wouldn't it be great, Statue of Liberty?
They built rings at the freaking bar by my house. Okay, so come on.
Well, yeah, it's I feel like it's gonna be Tony Nese, because just like Kyle said, you know, Buddy Murphy's doing so well. Just like Ali, I feel like he is gonna get moved up during the Superstar shakeup, and if he doesn't, you know, it could be like Tony Nese wins it at WrestleMania, and then he drops the belt back to Buddy Murphy like literally next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could pull something stupid like that, and yeah. So, you know, start off the pre-show pretty strong with a title change. So I'm going with Tony Nese to win the Cruiserweight Championship.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I mean, it was a tough decision for me. I'm just gonna go with my gut instinct. So, anyways, next pre-show match we got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Shocker that this is a pre-show match.
So good.
Yeah. Yes, the Battle Royal for a trophy that literally means jack shit and does nothing for the person except you get to promote it. You can have it next to you listen to this, for the next 4 weeks after WrestleMania. You get to come out with it. And you can stand next to it and do the same pose as Andre the Giant. Ooh, and look tough, and the commentators will jizz all over the fact that you won the Battle Royal, and you know, after that we'll just forget about it. And then when WrestleMania time comes back, you can bring it back up. Oh, I won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year. Like, this is just useless.
They stopped promoting that Matt Hardy won that thing even last year. He comes out, they don't even bring it up.
It's useless. It's useless. Like, it's literally the most useless thing in the world because it literally means nothing.
Let's just put everybody who's not on.
Yeah.
You know.
So for this, we actually this year the first three people that were entered, or I guess listed to participate. One is actually a wrestler, and two aren't. And two are from the cast of Saturday Night Live, and I'm like, if this doesn't tell you how much of a joke this Battle Royale is and how much everybody actually gives a fuck about it, then give your head a shake, because they don't care. If they added two untrained professional guys into this Battle Royale, this is the Nicholas spot that we got last year. This is the spot right here. I guarantee you, I guarantee you, Nicholas is gonna be there. How much you want to bet Nicholas is going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
And Braun's going to bring him into the ring, and Nicholas is going to eliminate one of those two guys. How much?
Twitter that he was like preparing or something. Like, I seen stuff on Twitter.
Oh, great. You follow him?
WrestleMania.
Hang on, you follow Nicholas?
No, I don't follow it. I mean, all the people that I follow like retweet shit.
Oh,
like, come on.
Right. Anyways, because the battle royal means actually nothing, and I really don't care who wins it because it does nothing for the person. I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman. Okay, because like there's no one else in it that I could see winning it. I mean, there is because anyone. Okay, because it means nothing. Anyone literally could win it.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna go Braun Strowman. And the final three are going to be Braun Strowman and those two guys from. I guarantee those two guys from Saturday Night Live will probably be the ones hiding underneath the ring the whole match, and then come up above when it's just Braun Strowman left. Mark my words, it's going to happen. But Tiffany, I'd love to hear your prediction for this.
I don't know. Like, honestly, this is just like, I don't know. I don't think Braun's gonna win. I mean, I see where you're going with this. I totally do, but I'm gonna go with Andrade. Definitely. I don't know why. I'm rooting for him. I'm totally rooting for him. I just feel like, I don't know. This list is pretty sad.
By the way, hey, you know about the Andre the Giant Battle Royale curse. So by saying Andrade, you're basically just cursing his career.
Oh,
done.
you did.
Jobber
you
forever.
did. You said it. You said it.
205 Live, here I come, baby.
So, well, it's a good pick. It's a good pick, Tiffany. Michael, do you have something different for us?
You know what? I actually picked Andrade too, but I'll change it up because I had someone else in mind. But I first want to say that I would not be surprised if Braun was eliminated by those two goons from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, man.
I don't know. That, by the way, I just want to say, not to go off topic, that show sucks now. It's not as funny as it used to be. Tiff, have you ever been to a filming of Saturday Night Live?
No. No,
Well,
like
don't. It totally sucks now. It's not as good as it used to be. But yeah, I feel like those two guys are gonna do the comedy act. They're gonna eliminate Braun Strowman, and it's sad, but that's what Braun Strowman does now. He's a comedy act. But since Tiffany chose Andrade, I'm gonna go with EC3 because he was my next pick. He was one of the last people in that last-minute made-up SmackDown Battle Royale they had, or that huge 18-person tag team that they drew together. So I'll go with EC3 because they're already jacking up his career. Why not just go full first? So EC3 for me.
Okay.
Good luck, EC.
So we got Braun for me, Andrade for Tiff, and EC3 for Michael. Okay. All right. Well, that's an interesting pick because he's been literally DOA Michael since he got called up. He's a guy that could literally use a call down right now because that's why even bring him up. We all thought that he was going to be, oh yeah, he had the perfect figure that Mr. McMahon would love, and he's got charisma, and clearly just shows you that he hasn't grabbed Mr. McMahon's brass rings, or quote unquote brass rings, so he might as well just come back down because why else is he up there?
I guarantee you he's sabotaging him just because he's Dixie Carter's cousin.
Well, yeah, Dixie Carter keeps mentioning him on Twitter. Yeah, quote unquote
Vince, you
nephew.
dumbass. He's not actually Dixie's freaking nephew. Oh, God.
Well, Captain said Sin Cara has to win to make this match credible, so I don't know. I might have to change.
Sin who?
I don't. Sin Cara.
Thank you. Next on the pre-show.
Where's he been? The hero.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next pre-show match, and that's the other battle royal, but for the women's. That's called the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal because we're too PG to name it the actual one because of how bad Fabulous Moolah was. Heaven forbid we changed it to another legend's name, like a Lunger Blade or something. No, let's just call it WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal because we don't give two shits about battle royals. Like both these battle royals, they don't care. They honestly don't care because it means nothing. If it meant something, they would care.
Yeah.
So, as for the women's,
Gonna call it the Steph Battle Royale. Stephanie.
There you go.
eventually, I guarantee you it will be. I guarantee you, Michael.
Shane McMahon comes out and wins it all.
Sheena McMahon.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we'll
Shayna McMahon. Yeah.
Shayna.
Anyways, because it doesn't mean crap. Me and Michael booked the proper way to book these battle royals in our how to book segment. Since this one I don't give a shit about this one, and WWE doesn't give a shit. I predict Lacey Evans to win this all because for some reason there's no other person here that deserves it unless they've been seeing what Naomi's been tweeting on Twitter about being left out of WrestleMania and yada yada yada, and they're like, okay, just to make her happy, let's make her win the Battle Royal again. Never be a two-time champion. Yeah. So either that, but I'm gonna go with Lacey Evans.
Stole my prediction.
Well, I don't think she's gonna. Well, my prediction is that she doesn't even wrestle in the entire match. She just comes out at the end, walks out, eliminates the person, and walks back out. That's it. But I'm gonna still. Yeah, it's a good prediction, Tiff. It's a good one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I think it's gonna be Sarah Logan.
I think like she's just gonna get like a huge push after WrestleMania because she's blonde, and she's pretty, and you know.
Hey, if you have blonde, you have boobs. You know you're getting pushed in WWE.
She didn't do enough in NXT, I felt like, but
It's sad. You could be the shittiest women's wrestler in the world, but if you were blonde and have boobs, you're getting pushed. You're gonna have 18 titles by the end of your first year.
I'm half there. Let me go blonde.
So I got Lacey. Tiff's got Lacey. Michael, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with my pick from How to Book WrestleMania, especially if this certain female wrestler loses.
Santina
takeover.
Marella.
I'm going with Shay. Yes, Santina Marella. Her glorious return. She's coming back. But yeah, Shayna Baszler, especially if she loses the title at Takeover. It's a push, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Shayna Baszler to win it, and I feel like she's whoever wins the women's unified champion night. Shayna Baszler's probably gonna attack the next night on Raw. So there you go, Shayna Baszler.
Gotcha. So that's it for the pre-show. Well, for now, unless this is the year they're like, oh, this year we're doing something bigger. We're doing 4 pre-show matches. Ooh. We get it. For some reason, why do I see we're gonna get an impromptu pre-show match? I guarantee you, it's gonna be like a segment turned into a match.
Probably.
Anywho, but we're not gonna sit there and predict that. Let's go with the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, which I actually thought the one team in here was going to be featured on the Raw one, or featured on the SmackDown one, interestingly enough, because it's weird how they're featured on the... Well, I mean, I can't really say it's weird, because Ricochet and Aleister Black have been featured on both shows since they got called up. And they've been feuding with both teams. They've been feuding with... they've had some beef with Cesaro and Sheamus. They've had some beef with the Revival on Raw. Most of the beef is coming from Raw. This is just interesting how they quickly have added them to the SmackDown one. And I don't think, if I can see here, I don't think the Revival have a tag team match on WrestleMania yet. So my guess is maybe they're going to be the impromptu tag team match in the pre-show. It sucks for the Revival too.
They had a Raw fallout where they ran into Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins backstage, and that might actually be the impromptu match. So,
anywho,
Edgeheads. The Revival versus the Edgeheads.
But the Usos continuing their streak of actually appearing on the main card, which is awesome. I remember that big shtick of them never ever being on the main card, and the whole Twitter movement put them onto the main card. They've been on the main card ever since, which they should, because they're literally one of the greatest tag teams in the world. To be honest here, to be frank here, out of every brand out there, Usos would be in my top 10 regardless. So we got the Usos defending their titles against Ricochet, Aleister Black, The Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus. And Shinsuke and Rusev actually make it onto the main card, shockingly. Oh, man. That's another put-together team because they don't know what to do with either of them. Which is, how do you not know what to do with two guys like Rusev and Shinsuke? It's like, again, this goes back to what we've said in this podcast before, and what a lot of people say out there, that if you get over on your own, WWE will put their foot down on you so quick. They don't like that. They're the ones that put you over, especially Vince. If Vince didn't have the idea to put you over, he doesn't like that. Rusev got Rusev Day over on his own. They held him back. Shinsuke was getting all the NXT over, and all the marks basically going after Shinsuke. And what do? They made him face AJ Styles way too many goddamn times to water down that quote unquote dream match. And then they buried him since then. And then they gave him the U.S. title for a bit, and they buried him then. You know what I mean? Like, anytime he gets like a wave of momentum, they make him heel to try to get heat on him, but people are still singing his theme song, even though he's a heel, and they changed his theme song. Like, he's still over. And so every time he still gets over, they put their foot down and keep you down. If they don't want you to be over, they don't make you get over. So look what they've done. They've put these two together for whatever goddamn reason. And now, but hey, they made it to the main card. So we guess we can give them props for that. So good for them. I'll give them that. Weird tag team dynamic, but I have faith that this is going to be a really good tag team match because all four teams here are really, really talented. Did they say if it was... No, they did not say if it was elimination or not. So I guess it's first team to pin or submit wins. Oh, this is tough. Aleister Black and Ricochet are basically pulling double duty this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I can't see them winning the NXT tag team titles, I have a feeling that they're going to win the SmackDown ones. And I hate to say that because obviously Ricochet and Aleister Black are better as singles competitors, and I would love that. I got a funny feeling that they're going to be making these guys a tag team championships because Vince clearly doesn't know what to do with NXT call-ups. He just, whatever floats off his head, he goes with, and he sticks to it. So for some reason, I can see Ricochet and Aleister Black. But you just look at how they've been getting pushed the last couple of weeks or a couple of months, and how much they've been featuring these guys and putting them in prime spots and giving them W's. I think they will have a lot of faith in these two as a tag team, rather much than a showcase. So, in saying that, and it's a weird pick, I'm going to stick with Ricochet and Aleister Black winning the SmackDown Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. So, Tiffany,
Damn.
go ahead. You don't have to agree with me.
This is a hard one. Yeah. I really, I can't. I really, like you said, double duty. I mean, they're definitely not going to win the NXT Championship, the tag team titles. So
I bet you they make it really close, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good match Friday. I think it's too soon. It's too soon. I don't see the belt changing on this. I don't know why. I think the Usos are still going to stay champion. I can't. This is too hard. This is a hard one. I'm lost. I'm just going to say they're going to keep the belts. The Usos.
Okay. Good pick. Good pick. Let's go with Michael. What do you got?
Yeah, I think the Usos belt. The reason why I don't think that Ricochet and Aleister Black are going to win is because of the Superstar shakeup, and I think they're going to split those guys up between Raw and SmackDown. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's basically what I think. That was my other side of the fence.
Yeah. Plus, I have a lot of predicted title changes, so I just don't see a lot of title changes happening that night. So I gotta have a couple of champions keeping the belt. So I'm gonna have Usos retain because I predict other champions tonight are gonna change hands. So I'm sticking with the Usos. Make them happy. They did just re-sign their contract with WWE. So sorry AEW, sorry Rikishi. So I'm sticking with the Usos.
Okay. So, move on to another match here, and we'll go with Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. All right, so I think we all thought the original Rey Mysterio match for Mania, and it was the rumored one, was going to be against Cien Almas again because of how good they were in the ring and how much chemistry they had. And then there were rumors of a hair versus mask match, and I think that could have made sense. And I talked about it in a How to Book segment, saying it's okay if Andre loses and shaves his head because hair grows back. Maybe not for me, but for Andre, it could grow back. And because Rey Mysterio was never going to get unmasked, it's like for sure he will never get unmasked. Anyways, it's one. Oh man. This would be a painful way to watch Joe lose. As much as I love Rey Mysterio and how much work he's put into this company and how good he is, oh man, for him to lose to Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania, don't get me wrong, don't make guys out there, don't make this. I'm not trying to diss Rey Mysterio or anything. I just think that'd be a terrible way for Joe to lose a title at WrestleMania against Rey Mysterio of all people. Not just because he's small. I'm just saying, like, I mean, in a way, it's almost because he's not big like Joe. Like Joe losing to Rey, it would have to be like a sneak win for him to win. So I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm sticking with Joe to retain here the U.S. title. He looks good with that U.S. title. He makes it look good. And I think Mysterio is just not here for really full time as much. I think he's kind of semi part time. So I don't really see him winning the U.S. title. So I'm sticking with Joe. I'll pick Joe. Tiffany.
I have a question for you though, because I saw this was going all over social media. Didn't Rey Mysterio get hurt? Isn't there like an injury going on right now with his ankle?
Is that real or storyline?
Yeah, it was actually announced by WWE's Twitter account and the website too that he injured his ankle on, I believe, what was it, last time he was on Monday Night Raw? I think he was on.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you think it's real or is it fake?
That happened. No, it wasn't fake.
Well, no, because it was announced by WWE.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they've announced kayfabe injuries before.
Twitter account. Yeah, I know, but
that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. So they weren't sure if this match was still going to go on there. Yeah.
I understand where it could be real because it really doesn't make sense for storyline because it's the go home shows, right? So, I guess we'll see. If not, Joe's just not gonna have a WrestleMania match, I guess. So I pick Joe. Tiff picked Joe. Did you pick Michael?
I was gonna say Joe.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Joe, but I feel like this is gonna be a really fast squash match. Like either he attacks him and it's a fast squash, or he attacks him before the match even starts and he gets fired. I feel like they're going to do something because they announced on SmackDown that Rey Mysterio's son is going to be in attendance, and he even did an interview with him, and I'm like, why would you do that unless they were going to do something with Rey Mysterio's son? So I feel like Joe is going to like put the coquina clutch on Rey Mysterio, and he's not going to let go, and then his son's going to hop the barricade, try and stop him, and then I feel like Samoa Joe's going to put the coquina clutch on his son.
Yeah, because his son's been training, so.
Yeah, his son's been trained to be a pro wrestler, so I feel like Joe is going to attack his son also after the match. It would give Joe that much-needed super heel. Yeah. You know, because he really needs a push. And I think it would give him a good heel if he gets traded during the Superstar shakeup, because, you know, the United States title really isn't exclusive to SmackDown. Those titles can be switched to Raw. So, yeah, I'm like you guys, Samoa Joe with the squash match, and then he beats afterwards. My son.
Sounds good. All right. So let's go over to so we have to talk about this because it's Angle's farewell match. And so as of right now he's facing Baron Corbin. This one's interesting because this one's an interesting one. This one it's going to make me tune in to the fact that I want to know if they're actually going to go with Baron Corbin or not. Because if they do, and they actually go through this as his last match, and it's Baron Corbin, there's no one else. Wow. I'm sorry, but that might be the worst thing I'll see ever on Sunday, is them actually going through with Baron Corbin and actually maybe making him win. I can see the reason why they would make him win, right? It would get him more real heat on himself. Like, he can go around after saying, I'm the one who retired Kurt Angle. I beat him at WrestleMania, blah, 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 blah. I think I want to go more with that it's not going to be Baron Corbin, and the fantasy pick of something's going to happen and it's going to be John Cena. John Cena is going to make a surprise return at WrestleMania, face Kurt Angle in this farewell match. Those two have a good match. I can't really tell who would win a match like that. I'd hope like Cena be the one to put Angle over, or maybe like Cena wins and he still raises his hand in the end. But like that's tough, right? Like, if they make Cena come back and face Kurt Angle, who wins? Like, who puts over who? You know what I mean? Like, I really want to know, because that's what I'm going to go with right now. But I want to know what you guys would think if they would have Cena come. Who puts over who? And I'll start with you, Tiffany. Who puts over who?
Cena comes in, because I think that too. I think Cena's definitely going to come in.
But who wins? Like, who's going to be the one to put over who?
Oh, I don't know. God, some of these are like just so freaking tough. I don't know. I just think Kurt's gonna win this match. I really do. I think it's gonna be his last
match.
if
it's Cena, you think he's gonna be John Cena? So John Cena's gonna come back just to lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
Okay. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, I feel like it is going to be Baron Corbin. I'm sorry, Constable Corbin. I feel Kurt Angle is going to make him tap out. And if John Cena comes out here, I feel like he is going to beat John Cena. And I hope he does it the same way he did in their debut match with that little weird pin he did. It'd be a nice nod to the old match that they had a long time ago.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
You girl said she's calling it right now. Taker versus Angle.
Okay. Can we?
I'm
starting to get into the boat. Match? I'm starting to get in the boat. Can we not talk about Undertaker on WrestleMania anymore? He's done. Like he's my. This is coming from a guy whose favorite wrestler of all time is the Undertaker. I'm just saying, like he's done. Like he's doing. You see, he's appearing at like Starcast. He's already in his spot of going to autograph sessions and making money off autograph sessions. He's long gone. Like let's stop talking about Undertaker and WrestleMania. We have to walk away from that. So I do not think it's Undertaker. Undertaker probably was just in the area and he visited people at SmackDown.
Please, I don't want to see him anymore. I'm tired of it.
Anyways, let's move on. Let's do. Oh, this one's a good one. False Count Anywhere match. Shane McMahon and The Miz. Very interesting dynamic as Miz going in as the babyface and Shane McMahon going in as the heel. Shane's been basically a babyface for the last couple of WrestleManias he's been wrestling at, and now this an interesting dynamic, him going as the heel and him promoting himself as the best in the world. And oh man, it's been an interesting feud. It's been heavily promo based rather than any physical work into it. Although like both these guys can cut a good promo, especially Miz. Miz is like the king of promos. It's weird to have him do it as babyface, but the last couple of promos he's cut, they've been really intense, and he's been cutting the line between heel and babyface with those promos. So I'm actually looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be very, very physical. As for a winner, I'm going to pick The Miz coming out on top here and getting the babyface win at WrestleMania. So Tiffany.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that. I'm definitely going to go with The Miz on this, and then somehow, like, maybe his father's going to come into the ring, like, after. Maybe he'll, come in and hit Shane or something. I feel like I feel like something like that's going to, like, happen. But, yeah, I'm going to pick Miz.
All right, Michael?
All right, I guess I have to give the corporate answer again. So I'm going with... I'm going with Shane to win because he's lost a lot of the WrestleMania matches, and calling himself the best in the world would not be impressive if he lost. So I want to bring up the fact it is False Count Anywhere, so that means they're taking the match anywhere, which I feel like is going to come into play. And this is the part where the hashtag Makashao creative juices get going. So I feel like they're going to take it to the back, and someone's going to get involved, and it's going to be none other than Lars Sullivan making his debut, creaming The Miz. Shane does that wimpy elbow that he always does, and then that's it. With the help of Lars Sullivan, Shane McMahon scores the win, and they'll have some type of weird storyline where
where is Lars? Where the hell is this guy? Like, is he in the company anymore? Are they just dragging this out? Like, what's going on?
Hey, he might even be in the Andre John Battle Royale, so...
That's where he makes his return. I mean, WrestleMania is a big stage. That might be too stressful for him to handle.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So those are some interesting picks. So me and Tiffany sticking with The Miz, and Michael picking the corporate answer of Shane McMahon. Let's move and transition to the women's Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match. Okay, this is gonna be bad because what I'm about to say, and I might get heat for it. No one in this match besides Bayley and Sasha Banks deserves to even be in this match. I'm just saying, all the other teams, this is not. They don't deserve to be in this match. What?
Hashtag give women's tag teams a chance, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get the Iconic haters on my ass too about this. Iconics are the worst and annoying tag team out there.
How dare you?
Oh my god.
They're the only team to have beaten the current champion.
Why are they good?
I didn't say they were good. I said I liked them. I didn't say they were good.
They're horrible. They're horrible. They're absolutely trash.
Trash.
Nia and Tamina, like, why? Why is Tamina even still wrestling? She can't even move out there, okay? I'm sorry.
She's like one of the oldest women on the roster. She's like 42, 43. Like, yikes. And by the way, Beth Phoenix is like 35, so...
She can still go. I'll give her props, but, like, him and Natty's team, like, why couldn't we have gotten the original rumored matchup of Sasha and Bailey versus Lita and Trish? That would have been a lot better. I would have loved to see
Evolution, bro.
I really thought that.
What? We don't even know if there's gonna be an Evolution 2. So, no, this is horrible for Russell. Why is this not on a pre-show? Nothing in this tag team screams main card at all. I don't care what anybody says. This is god awful. So Sasha and Bailey retain. Who cares? Next, Tiffany.
Yeah, as much as I know, like, whatever, like, you guys, like, whatever, do like the Iconics. I like them. I don't think they're gonna win. I'm gonna go with Sasha and Bailey, because even they said that they went down to NXT, like, you know, like, oh, we're gonna defend, we're gonna go all over the place, we're gonna defend our titles. So what was the point if they're gonna lose the titles and then, like, showing up at NXT? So I'm sticking with that.
Michael?
First and foremost, what is all the hate with this match? You know, with an attitude like that, the women's tag team match is never going to main event WrestleMania, okay? With
Not my problem.
Now, okay? All right? So, no, I'm agreeing with you guys, and I'm agreeing with Tiffany as well. They did so much promotion with Sasha and Bailey going to the other brands, saying that they're going to take this title to NXT, they're going to take this title to SmackDown. It would make no sense at all. They do all that promotion on different shows and say Tamina and Nia win.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of dumb. So, and I feel like they're going to try and get as close as to the four women with all the titles. You know, with the winner take all, there is no chance that all of them can hold the title, but they're going to try and get close. But I'm going to go with Bailey and Sasha to retain the title.
Wow, shocker.
Or the Iconics. Should I just be the corporate answer and say the Iconics?
No, because we're going to move on. I'm not giving you a chance. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, from worst to worst. Man.
I'm going to be drunk.
Poor Drew McIntyre. He's about to get fed to the Roman initiative, and my pick already is set in stone. Roman's beating Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. There's no way Roman's coming back from all this cancer hoopla to lose and lose to Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Poor Drew McIntyre, because that guy deserves more. That guy is an incredible piece of talent, and WWE does not know what to do with him. He was doing well in NXT. They knew how to push him the right way in NXT. The guy was a solid NXT champion. But now, look, he's just getting fed to Roman and the initiative. And don't tell me that there's no fucking initiative. There's an initiative out there, and it's making me sick that they're making money off this now, which is disgusting with the whole T-shirt thing. But I'll leave that for another day. So I'm picking Roman Reigns to win over Drew McIntyre again. Duh. Tiffany.
Yeah, okay, move on. I agree. Roman Reigns. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Is it bad that there's so much so much awkward negativity around this match that we have to just say Roman? That's it. Bye.
Yeah, bye, deuces. That's the match I'm gonna walk McDuff to go pee.
Okay. That's fine with me. I'm probably going to need to take my bathroom break. Michael, I already know your answer is going to be, but please tell me you don't go the corporate way.
Vince's son. Let's move on. That's it. Move on.
Which one? I mean, they're both basically his sons. When Drew McIntyre first came in, he was like the prodigy.
Swoggle's going to be the chosen one, but no.
Swoggle? His indie name's just Swoggle.
Swoggle, yeah.
God.
Now I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns. How can you bet
Shocker.
against a guy who had cancer? And I'm not trying to sound like cancer, but seriously, Drew McIntyre's taking on Roman Reigns and cancer. I'm afraid basically. Drew McIntyre can't win. So.
Yep.
So this one's an interesting one because they, instead of making it a surprise, they kind of just already said, "We're giving it to you." Because there's one thing about this match that I didn't like, or this matchup that I don't like. So Finn Balor is facing off against Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship. They announced it on Raw that the Demon is coming to WrestleMania rather than just make it a surprise. They announced it on Raw, and I think it's because someone stupidly leaked the poster with him on it, so they had to do something with that. But they still could have made it a surprise. But the thing is here, and I want you guys to agree with me on this, is there a reason why Bobby Lashley is good enough for the Demon, but Brock Lesnar is not? Can anyone answer me that?
No. It's stupid.
Okay, so you have to bring it out against Bobby Lashley, who you've beaten, but you didn't bring it out against Brock Lesnar, who you haven't beaten, and it's for a more important championship, the Universal Championship, and it's in the co-main event of Royal Rumble. You tell me that Brock Lesnar wasn't a strong enough or a more aggressive competitor for the Demon, but Bobby Lashley is. Give me a fucking break. But I'm cool. I'm glad we're at least getting a Demon at WrestleMania.
Because Brock Lesnar's not mighty. He's almighty.
Michael, stress me out right now. Anyways, I'm pumped for his WrestleMania entrance, man, and I really hope they make it good. I'm praying, and I know it's not gonna happen, guys. I'm praying. WWE, if you're listening to me right now, please, 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 less CGI, more real effects, please, with this entrance. If you do anything over the top CGI where no one in real life can actually see it, I will be so upset. Because this is the chance for you guys to make his entrance epic. It's WrestleMania. It's the Demon. The guy never loses as the Demon, and he always has creative paint to do on his body, and you need to make his entrance epic. No CGI. Zero. None. I hope to God. But I'm picking Finn Balor because I think this will be a nice championship win for him at WrestleMania. And the Demon doesn't lose, so Finn Balor. Tiffany?
Yeah, I'm going to say that too. Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Sorry.
Thank you.
It's been a while since we said that. So,
Michael.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the almighty Finn Balor. So, there you go.
Oh, God. Anyways. So we all went with Finn Balor here. And it's true because he's a Demon Balor. And Demon Balor doesn't lose.
Yeah.
So. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton singles match, the quote-unquote what's it called, dream matchup. I think it's gonna be a good match. Like I'm believing it. I think it's a really good dream matchup, but we all seen what happened last year when there was a dream matchup between AJ Styles and someone else, and did it deliver? No, not really. No. I think we could have gone last year at least an 8 out of 10 match. We got a 4 out of 10 match last year. They held back so much. And I know because I've watched the Wrestle Kingdom match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura a million times. And what I saw last year live at WrestleMania was an atrocity. That was the most held back match between those two guys who I know they can do more. And it was just horrible. It was bad. And they did the whole thing with I really think the whole bagging thing was not necessary to do at WrestleMania. That was stupid. And people were like, oh my God, the WrestleMania moment. No, stop it. It's just horrible. So again, I'm praying that we have a good match between AJ Styles and Orton. I'm hoping they let these guys go because it is a good dream match and it's a good match. It's a dream match everyone wants to see and has been wanting to see. So and the feud's been actually pretty good. I've enjoyed the feud so far. So as for a winner,
hard.
This one's hard.
Yeah, this one's really hard.
This was really hard. I'm gonna give it to Randy Orton. And it's going to be an RKO out of nowhere on a phenomenal forearm.
Ooh. I like that.
Yeah.
Now you're making me switch my pick because I like that idea.
Tiffany, go ahead.
I was going to say AJ Styles, but now after you saying that.
So,
no, I'm going to stick with my man. I'm going to stick with AJ Styles. Definitely.
All right. Split decision. Michael.
All right, sorry to give the corporate answer, but I'm going with Randy Orton, and I'm gonna switch it up because the whole phenomenal forearm into RKO. I don't know if you watched this week's SmackDown, Kyle, but that's actually what he did to him on on the show.
Probably gonna do it again.
Yeah. AJ Styles kind of brought up during his promo that Randy Orton only has one move, which is the RKO. So I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna have Randy Orton bring back that infamous punt kick to the face, the head.
And that's how he wins.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Randy Orton. Punt kicking AJ Styles in the face. In the face.
Or if everyone remembers his original move, the overdrive. That's an oldie right there. I don't know if
Oh my gosh.
That was before he even joined Evolution, when he was still blue. Yeah, he called it the overdrive.
AKA MVP's what was that called? The Playmaker?
Yep.
I don't remember.
Anywho, let's move on. Triple H and Batista, no holds barred match. If Triple H loses, he must retire from in-ring competition.
But what does that mean? I mean, under Roman Reigns retired
we brought this up,
Undertaker several years ago, right?
I don't think that the retirement stipulation actually means jack shit. So I'm just gonna go in this as a no holds barred match with Triple H and Batista. Really good promo between these guys. Especially I loved Batista's promo this past Raw. Literally didn't say a word. I love whoever made the gif of when Batista pointed at the Titantron, they started the Staying Alive song. it was just so perfect. So they had Batista just come out, looking at the camera, take his glasses off, and goes, "Hunter, kiss my ass," and then drops the mic, puts his glasses on, and leaves. Like, that was just that's gold. That's gold right there. I love the feud. I mean, it's been really promo based. Me and Michael have brought this up, saying that they should have done something where Batista showed up at NXT and beat up an NXT guy to start angering Triple H, add some more fuel to the fire. That's one thing WWE doesn't do a lot. They make a good feud, but they don't do a lot to build on it that they can be doing. Like, it's such easy things for them to do, and they don't do it. So as for a winner, I can see Batista being the one to win here over Triple H, and Triple H retiring from in-ring competition, and Triple H focusing more on NXT. And for some reason, I think they have a sneaky feeling this has something to do with next year Vince going to be concentrating more on the XFL, so he's going to need someone to step in for him in between, and that's where Triple H is going to come in. You can't really focus on being in ring while he's doing stuff like that. So I think this is going to be Triple H's final in-ring goodbye. So Batista over Triple H.
I think, like you said, like, they could have built like more. I would have liked to see like Batista like showed up at like NXT, and I think of the perfect timing would have been when Ciampa relinquished the belt.
Oh yeah.
I like talking about the belt and stuff, and that would have been like the perfect calling for Batista to come in. But it's Raw and SmackDown and all this crap. So, but yeah, I think that's it. Triple H is getting up there, and as good as he looks, Batista's gonna take it.
All right, Michael.
Wow, I gotta tell you, I really like Tiffany's idea. #Tiffany Creative. That would have been so good and a great way to explain Tommaso Ciampa being written off camera and Batista saying, "This is what I did to your main NXT champion." That would have been so good, but oh, sorry, Triple H, you can't write everything. So I'm gonna go with. I just don't see Triple H retiring. This guy's going to be around for more WrestleManias to come. And if Triple H does retire, I feel like it should be against an active competitor. So Batista, he's been doing great this run, and I would love for him to stick around, but I just don't like the fact Triple H gets retired by a guy who will most likely not be here next week and won't be back. So I would rather have Triple H get retired by someone like a super heel like Tommaso Ciampa, where it would mean something in the passing of the torch. So other than that, I'm going to go with Triple H taking out that old shovel, burying Batista like he always does. And I have here in my notes, since Batista beat up Ric Flair at his birthday, I feel like we're going to get an appearance by Ric Flair coming down here to help him. But ultimately, Batista's just going to beat him up. So, yeah. So an appearance by TheNEXT, but that's not going to help him. And I'm going to go with Triple H winning because I don't think he's going to retire yet.
Okay.
Triple H for the win.
I like it. So we'll get down to our 3 main events left. So we'll start with the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston, Kofi Mania. starting up against or going up against Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. The whole Kofi Mania thing worked, I guess. WWE listened, went with the whole Daniel Bryan B+ player kind of thing. They kind of half this story has been literally a generic copy of the Daniel Bryan B+ player storyline, which kind of sucks. I wish they had done something a little bit different, but they did the whole double gauntlet thing, which was kind of I think it was kind of bland. They could have done a little bit better job getting Kofi into WrestleMania. But what he's getting is one-on-one match against Daniel Bryan at Mania, and I honestly think that Kofi's going to beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, and that's going to be the end of the hemp WWE Championship wood belt. Sadly,
I like that belt.
If anyone liked it, I'm sorry. It's probably going to be the end of it.
The Captain Planet belt must live on. Come on.
I don't think so.
Let your powers combine.
I think Eric Rowan's going to be a factor as well, but Kofi's going to overcome that. New Day's going to get involved as well. Kofi's going to win. Now everyone is claiming for a big WrestleMania spot in a swerve, Big E, and I agree with that. I've kind of changed my mind. I think they're going to do something like that, but it's not going to happen until SmackDown. I think they're going to do the whole celebration thing with Kofi, at least have his moment at WrestleMania, and then they do the whole Big E turn thing on SmackDown. That's what I think. And it sets up a program between those two going into the next pay-per-view. So I'm going with Kofi Kingston to beat Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. Sure to be a good match, too. Both these guys are really good in-ring competitors and can still go, and I think these guys could actually have a really good, decent match. So Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kofi as well. I think it's been too much and making everybody crazy of him not getting in, and he had to go through all these doors to get to WrestleMania. So I think it's his time, and it's true. It was 11 years.
Yeah.
That he's with WWE.
Yeah, 11, 12. Yeah.
11 years, man. Back when I was doing my Jamaican, I don't know why I did a Jamaican accent, but 11 years, man. I had to bring back the original Kofi. Sorry.
I hope he comes out to his original theme. That'd be great. But Michael, who you got?
I don't know why I always gotta give the corporate answers around here, but
corporate answers.
You can agree with us if you want.
But
See,
no,
that's the corporate Kathy who's in the chat.
Well, first and foremost, I do agree with Tiffany. This build was such shit. I'm sorry, it was so random. They never explained why Vince McMahon did not like Kofi and why he kept screwing him over. He had to go through 2 gauntlet matches, and the match that finally got him into the match was a match that he wasn't even involved in. That made no sense.
Right.
New Day had to get him into the match, and it made
that's
no
what's
sense.
That's what's gonna. I think that's a ploy though. That's gonna be the seeds planted on. I think it's gonna be Xavier and Big E turning on Kofi. Or I heard an interesting dynamic and from another podcaster, and this is a really cool idea. So, get this. So, Kofi's the WWE champion. He's still no one's turning on anybody yet. Big E and Xavier are happy for him, but Kofi's doing all these interviews, and he's going to Good Morning America, and he's doing all these things as a WWE champion, and he's forgetting about the New Day. He's going to go to this. They can do a scene where he's going to this party, and he's like, "Oh no, they only invited me, but I'll catch you guys later." You know what I mean? He's distancing himself from the New Day, and then he basically becomes this, ultra over. If anyone. If I can put this in perspective, if anyone's seen the movie Mighty Ducks 2, D2, where Coach Bombay sees the money and sees the luxury and forgets about who he actually is and becomes that corporate guy that they want him to be, that's what's going to happen with Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston is going to slowly turn himself into the corporate guy. And then basically that's going to have the New Day just, leave and turn on him. So I think Kofi Kingston is going to be the heel WWE champion and get turned into the corporate champion rather than Big E attack Kofi Kingston and become the corporate champion.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So, are you sticking with your Daniel Bryan answer there?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan, and I just want to add that, I assume because New Day is nowhere on the card, I thought they were going to be in the Andre Giant Battle Royale. They're in the Fatal 4-Way tag for the tag titles. They're not in either one of them, so I assume that they're going to escort Kofi out to the ring. And I feel like Daniel Bryan's going to win because you got to balance out the match. Kofi's got some bull, too much for Rowan to handle, so I feel like sometime in the match, all the lights are going to go out. Lights come back on, and it's Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper. They're down there. They freaking brawl with New Day, and that'll give the juice for Daniel Bryan, or the distraction for Daniel Bryan to take down Kofi. And yeah, we got Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper making their return, and they have joined Daniel Bryan's Captain Planet team for a better, the real Wyatt. Bray Wyatt finally making his return, helping Daniel Bryan win, and there you go. That's it.
All right. So I like that. It's interesting. So move into the other main title match. Tiffany's boy Seth Rollins facing off against Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Oh, man. I was going with Seth all the way up until I've heard not a rumor, but an interesting, I guess, prediction, and I'm kind of going with that now. I'm changing it to Brock Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar is retaining, sadly, and I think it's because they want the next pay-per-view is the Saudi Arabia show, and I think Brock Lesnar is the good enough draw that they're going to want him as a champion going into that, and I think Seth's going to get his rematch there, and Seth is going to beat Brock at the Saudi Arabia show for that championship. For some reason, I like that prediction, and it made my gut say, okay, you got to go with that. So I'm picking Brock Lesnar. Because I mean, it's a match that they haven't focused on really enough to make me think that Seth Rollins is going to win. The main focus obviously is the women's match and the Kofi Mania from SmackDown, and some other matches like Triple H and Batista. Like Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar is the least focused match out of the main event crop. So to me, I think it's pleasable because of that they would go with someone like Brock Lesnar. So I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar retaining over your boy Seth Rollins. Tiff.
Oh yeah. As hard as this has, I can't. As much as I want Seth to win so bad, I would love it, and I'm sure like the cops are gonna be called if he wins the belt, because I'm gonna be very loud in the apartment. So I'm warning you now. I don't think he's gonna win either. I think Brock's gonna keep the title. And I feel like eventually, somewhere along the line, Roman Reigns is gonna take that damn title. So I think Seth is gonna be like pushed eventually. As much as I hate to say that. Oh.
Michael, who do you got?
You gotta be kidding me. All these corporate answers, and this time you guys answers, and I'm the only one who picked Seth Rollins to win? So, unbelievable. So, okay, so I have Seth Rollins winning, but you guys gave all good points, especially you, Kyle, with the whole Saudi Arabia thing. But I hear that Superstar Jacob is coming the week after WrestleMania, and I heard Fox Sports, they want most of the wrestlers with previous athletic experience, and which means that Fox wants Lesnar and Ronda Rousey on SmackDown. I feel like Lesnar's going to be dropping the belt, and he's going to be moved over to SmackDown. Hey, if Kofi wins, I can imagine maybe Vince McMahon screwing over Kofi and saying, hey, you may have won. Well, as your first challenge, you're going to take on Brock Lesnar at the next pay-per-view, and so on and so on. So
rest in peace, Kofi.
Well, there you go. I mean, that sounds like something that Vince would do. So
yeah, I can see it.
For once, the non-answer, I picked Seth Rollins to win it. And I think there is big money in Seth Rollins versus Roman. There we go. Seth Rollins might go back to being heel. I hope he does. So.
Oh, please. I love him heel. I don't like him like that. I love him as
such a good heel.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I have Seth Rollins winning. Brock, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Don't come back. We don't need you.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. All right, so we're into the main event, the actual main event of WrestleMania this year, and that is the Women's Championship winner-take-all triple threat match. So both Raw's Women's title and the SmackDown Women's title is on the line here, which was the big surprise this week from Stephanie McMahon's announcement. Now, Michael, I know you disagree with the unification of the championship. It's weird how they would just put two titles in line if they weren't going to do it.
No, because then it's weird because we already had the backlash, people saying the SmackDown title isn't being defended. What the hell? So
it's just I got this funny feeling they're going to do it anyways because they always pick the wrong decision in the end anyways. So and I agree with you that they shouldn't be unifying the title. So I'm thinking that they're going to, and that's going to be the wrong decision because I really have no faith in them to do the right decision. So, again, that's another topic for another day. For this, though, it's a winner-take-all triple threat match. This build has been insane. I still agree to this day that it should still be just Ronda and Becky one-on-one. That was the money feud. That was the money grab. Charlotte did not need to be in this match. Yes, she's a good wrestler. Yes, she adds a little bit of whatever to the match. I just don't think she needed to be in this match. I think they could have done something else with her with the SmackDown Women's Championship, Raw Women's title on its own with Becky, or maybe if Becky had it and it did winner take all in Ronda. That's your money feud right there. One-on-one is a money feud, but I understand from the other aspect that they wanted to add Charlotte too, because in a way Ronda is still green. She's not really, she hasn't been around for that long too. They wanted to add Charlotte because she has the experience, so it adds more experience and more wrestling experience to the match, rather it just be Becky and Ronda and having Becky carry the match. So I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a decent main event. I'm worried about, and a lot of people have brought this up, that how invested the crowd is going to be so late in the pay-per-view by the time this match comes on. You guys realize that this pay-per-view is probably going to last until 12:30 midnight Eastern time. And by that time, if the main event starts anywhere from 11:30 to 12 o'clock, like the crowd's been sitting there since 4 o'clock. Like, how invested are they going to be in this match? The other thing is they're having Joan Jett perform Ronda Rousey to the ring. What are they doing with her backstage until then? Like, is she off partying in a hotel nearby until like 10 o'clock? All right, now we'll go over. She better be careful not to get too lit before her performance. I'm just saying, like, anyways, but it goes back to with the crowd. Is the crowd going to be invested into this match? That's the big thing. Like, are they going to be dead at this point? You're going to have a lot of cool down matches in between for them to get back invested in this. Like, to me, I don't like the idea of a cool down match anyways. That literally bores the shit out of me and makes me not invested into anything that's going to happen after. You kind of want to stay hyped. You want to have a hype match before their match. But it's going to be tough. I'm going to be interested to see and try to listen to the crowd to see how invested they are for this match. So I don't even know how coherent we're going to be by the time this match comes on. So we'll see. Anyways, if I had to pick a winner out of all three, oh God.
I know.
Oh, why do I see it? Because WWE tweeted and they teased it, but I know they're always they trolled people with the whole they literally posted a picture of Charlotte holding both championships, and this was on WWE's Twitter account, and they had the whole thinking emoji with it, and I'm like, oh no, you bastards, are you actually trolling us, or are you literally telling us in plain sight that you're actually going to give the championship to Charlotte? I don't doubt them for doing something like that. They're going to, but I'm going to go with my gut. My gut's actually telling me Becky Lynch. We're going to end WrestleMania with her holding both championships and the crowd going nuts and going home happy. Go send the crowd home happy, WWE. Do the right thing. Send them home happy. Don't give me this, oh, we'll make Charlotte win, but we'll have Becky beat her up after to send them home happy. No. You send them home happy. You make Becky win, have her tap out both of them at the same time with double disarmers or whatever, and then sail off into the sunset with both championships. So I'm picking the man, Becky Lynch.
I'm going to go with Becky Lynch, too. Celia said something in the chat as well that I actually agree with her. I think they included Charlotte to protect Ronda. That way Charlotte can take the pin or taps out.
Yeah.
So
I think they're both going to tap out at the same time. I think she's going to make them both tap out at the same time. It's going to be a double submission somehow. Whether it's a double disarmer or something.
So do they just split up the championships then? Give you one since you made her both tap out?
Yeah.
Or cut the title down the middle.
Yeah. Anyone got scissors? But I'm picking Becky, and Tiffany's picking Becky.
Yeah.
Does Michael Chow pick the man?
I hate to give the court. I'm kidding. But I do want to say for the record that, guys, if last year Brock Lesnar can beat Roman Reigns and retain the championship in the main event of the worst match of all time, anything could freaking happen. All right, don't let WWE fool you by saying Ronda Rousey's leaving after WrestleMania. She wants to have a family. Dude, she could just sign a 1-month extension and just stay for another pay-per-view and then have kids. It's not like she's pregnant right now.
Wait, her contract actually goes till next year, her real one, right?
Well, I heard it goes until I heard the contract's for 3 years, but then if she wants to take time off, she has the type of status where she can. They're not going to tell Ronda no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I can only hope that WWE are not assholes and they let Becky Lynch win. So I hope Becky will win. I don't think they're going to unify the titles because, guys, I just feel like I'm not going to go into a big talk about it, but they tried doing the unification titles once before during the first brand extension, and it didn't work. And it's just the roster's way too big. We have someone like Alexa Bliss who's now doing her talk show because they're not letting her do anything else. And because we have 2 titles is the reason why people like Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Naomi are given chances to become champion. You take away 1 title, I guarantee you, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Carmella, Nikki Cross, no up-and-comers will ever be champion, ever.
Yeah.
Because they're only going to concentrate on Charlotte, Becky, Ronda, maybe Asuka.
Kind of sounds like the men, doesn't it? They only focused on Brock Lesnar with the Universal title, and everyone says, yeah, everyone's like, no, we'll just put you in random feuds against this and that, and we'll make you part of No Way Jose's conga line, or we'll put you on main event, you know.
But yeah, so I have Becky winning, and I feel like they're going to do something weird at the pay-per-view where they're going to have Becky defend that title like twice in one night. Maybe Charlotte's going to go to Raw, and then maybe she defends the title against Charlotte, and in the same night she also defends the title against Asuka. I don't know, do something crazy like that. So there you go. That's my pick. Send the fans home happy.
Yeah. So
Becky or we riot. Hashtag Becky or we riot.
So to quickly go over the picks, as for the Universal Championship, I went for Brock. Tiffany goes for Brock. Michael, you went for Seth Rollins, I believe. No, you went for Brock as well, right?
Lies. I went for Seth.
You went for Seth. We each went for Becky. I went for Buddy Murphy. Tiffany went for Buddy Murphy, and Michael, you went for, you know what, just to make this easier because I don't remember the picks, I'll say the match and we'll each say our pick really quickly. So I went Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, Buddy.
Tony Nese.
Triple H and Batista. I'm going with Batista.
Triple H. Gosh damn it! What the hell?
Sorry. Kurt Angle versus the real opponent, John Cena. I'm gonna go with. I didn't really say my pick. I would pick John Cena to actually beat Kurt Angle. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I picked John Cena.
I say Kurt Angle.
I say Kurt Angle. By the way, I heard that the rumor has that John Cena is in New York for a book signing, and if you believe Dave Meltzer, take it with a grain of salt.
I believe.
Pile of salt. He says that John Cena signed a deal that he will appear at WrestleMania. I predict
he'll be in a Snickers commercial.
Yeah, Snickers commercial. That's what they hand out, mini Snickers.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that he's going to interfere in Elias's performance because Elias is supposed to put on some type of performance. And maybe he might go out there as Thuganomics John Cena and do a rap.
So Cena and Elias at WrestleMania. Where have I seen that before? Oh, yeah, last year. Anyways, Shane McMahon, The Miz. I'm going with The Miz.
Shane with the help of Lars Sullivan.
AJ Styles, Randy Orton. Randy Orton for me out of nowhere.
AJ Styles.
Randy Orton with the punt kick.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Braun Strowman, hopefully, so he can stop getting buried.
Andrea.
Andrea? That's the woman's one he'll appear in.
Hi, guys. Andrade.
I like Andrea. Not only do you shorten the name, you change the name. I love it. Do it. Andrea.
Andrea Cianolis.
Oh, my God. Go to bed.
All right. And Michael went with, I believe you picked...
Ethan Carter the third.
Ethan Carter the third. Samoa Joe or Mysterio. I'm going with Samoa Joe.
What the hell did I say?
It's either one of two.
Yeah.
Who?
Joe.
Okay.
Oh my Lord.
I thought you said dough.
Yes, dough. Have some dough.
Michael?
I'm going with Samoa Doe.
Okay. Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor. I'm going with Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Yeah, almighty Finn Balor.
Reigns, obviously, everyone picked Reigns. We're moving on. Boston Hug.
Yes.
Boston Hug.
Kofi Kingston.
Yes, Kofi.
Daniel Bryant Wyatt. Move on.
Women's Battle Royal, Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans.
Shayna Baszler.
And then as for the men's SmackDown Tag Team Championship, I'm picking Ricochet Alistair with the Black Horse pick.
Saying Usos.
The DUI Usos. That's too harsh.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Anyways, guys, it's getting pretty late, so I'm gonna have to hit the hay to get my early flight tomorrow. But we want to thank you for tuning into the WrestleMania prediction show. Next week, again, like we said earlier in the show, sadly, but also, again, when one door closes and the other one opens, Michael will be his final appearance on the next podcast. Next podcast will cease operations after that, and an All Elite podcast will be going on forward. After that, guys, I'll keep you guys updated with the network, so make sure you are following the network on Twitter at NHB Network. Follow myself at Real Kyle Masters. Follow Michael Chow at his new Twitter account. Michael, I'll let you promote it really quickly here. Michael, your new Twitter account. Michael, it's okay, Michael. I won't tell you. I think it's at Real Kyle Masters. For me, Tiffany's loves to dream 82, and Michael's is at Michael Chow TV. Guys, we will see you next week for the WrestleMania review.
Got me thinking that the world is mine. Where else do we celebrate the first of the year?